Good afternoon and welcome to Dartmouth. My name's Hugh and today we're going to be looking at a beautiful 2007 Aquastar 48S called High Flyer. She was built in 2007 by Jeff Wilson and the Aquastar Boat Company over in Guernsey, and she was commissioned in 2008 and now is in her third ownership from new. We've known this boat for her entire life. She was based in Lymington for the two previous owners prior to moving down to Dartmouth for her current owners. As you can see, large blue-hulled semi-displacement motor yacht. She's got plenty of accommodation in this aft cabin. And one of the great benefits is you get this fantastic area at the aft end for dinghy storage, passerelle, and on the 48S, Aquastar also built a large monocoque overhead sunroof. So you can enclose the whole aft area and also open it with some electrically operated vents. So moving forward on her vents, you can see that she's fully teak decked, so they're extremely grippy. We've got decent hip height handrails which are solid stainless steel right the way around. Loughran's windlass and 80 metres of chain with a decent 20 kg claw anchor on that for good holding. Again, foredeck laid to teak, plenty of ventilation and light coming in through these deck hatches, and also there is a dorade over the galley area. Flybridge set up here, deep, decent bulwarks on either side, and as you can see it's a very, very shallow step off to get down to the pontoon levels from the side of this boat, so access is extremely good. So moving aft, you can just see that we've got stainless steel trim around all the screens. Again, more grab rails here and 3 stairs up take us onto the top of the aft cabin. So this is your aft cockpit area, fully enclosed with canvas. Side steps down either side onto the bathing platform, and overhead this GRP monocoque both supports a satellite TV and also gives us plenty of light down here, but also allows us to ventilate. Entry door is here. It's one of the sliding doors from Trend. This area can be heated from within and has its own heating vent. It's got an Eberspacher D5L heating system, and you could also see that the boat's equipped with an E-Perb which is held in a holder just to the port side of the entry. So blue and white striped exterior cushions throughout, all in nice order. We'll head up to the Flybridge now. So rather than having a ladder, there's a decent moulded steps going up, so extremely secure to move around the boat, and a large polished handhold on the left side. Really good commanding view right the way over her bows. I find these boats actually extremely dry heading upwind on them. You've got a decent keel that keeps them tracking extremely well, and she'll run along quite happily at speeds from anywhere from 8 knots at pretty much displacement speed up to a full chat of around about 25 knots, so she's no slouch. Up here on the fly, all laid to teak, plenty of seating area right the way around. She's got an E80 plotter, it's linked into this Raymarine radar, and as you can see we've also got a wind indicator, and then we sit this track vision dome on the aft end. So moving back down through the cockpit and in, we've got 4 steps down. Beautifully built high gloss timber woodwork throughout here. It's a really, really comfortable place to be. You can open the blinds on either side, so we've got full wraparound Venetians in timber. Got independent air conditioning fitted on this boat with cruise air with the 3-unit system, suitable for either the UK or the Med. Demisters on the screens and heating. So looking at the main helm over to starboard, got everything very nicely laid out, all 12 volt switching here. That's the RCD plate just showing that she's up to B rating categorization. We have Wesmar gyro stabilizers on board. Volvo EVC throttles, they're twin to her D9 500 engines. More about them shortly. Got upgraded Sleipner thrusters, bow and stern with remotes, standalone GPS, and then we've got a main E120 screen and this is the ePlex system which is installed by Aquastar for absolute touchscreen control of all lighting circuits and instant access to fuel tanks and the ship's systems. So that's the driver's lot. Over on the port side we've got a rocking forward navigator's bench and also a decent chart table, as you can see. Red night lights and these huge forward screens, so plenty of really good visibility around. All demisted so it keeps them nice and clear. Again, I'm just going back over the main isolators here, which are underneath my feet, so dead easy to access. And on the port side, we've got a large L-shaped galley, ventilator just overhead and 3 opening port lights into the hull sides. The boat is carpeted throughout, apart from this area where we've got a nicely laid laminated floor. She's Part 1 British registered. And over on the starboard side you can see that laminated floor, and this drops down to make a double berth as required. And main access to all of her switching and panels for the upper helm through this cupboard here. That's the lower ePlex screen. So really easy to get at stuff at the helm. All very nicely laid out. This is the 240 panel. She's equipped with an HFL generator on board. It's run around about 120 hours, so it's very lightly used. And she's not knocked about in any way. So moving forward, we have forward guest accommodation. On the port side, we've got the offset queen. 4 large cupboards underneath it. Television, plenty of locker space around, really nice, fully trimmed out. We have independent air conditioning controls with the handler down here. Decent sized cupboard on the port side, and then there's also a full height hanging locker on the starboard side and a couple of smaller cupboards. All very nicely presented, extremely cosy, and again opening side lights and a deck hatch overhead for getting plenty of light and air in here. So moving aft, over on the starboard side we have the day head. It's not quite en suite to the forward cabin, but it's right next door. Teak slatted floors. Got Jabsco electric heads. Towel radiators to keep everything nice and fresh in there, and a decent shower. Moving aft through the galley area, up over where the isolators are, going over the top of the fuel tanks here. You can see we've got a large amount of storage on the starboard side. This is glass lockers in those cupboards there. There's AV system in this middle cupboard. TV screen which is fixed. And then underneath the helm seat there's a dehumidifier plumbed in. We're also running another dehumidifier. We're in the middle of winter here at the moment and the boat is completely fresh. She's got heaters all through her, as you can see, and 2 dehums running around. So the party trick of the 48S is this fantastic aft cabin. So centerline double berth, separate heads compartment, masses and masses of storage right the way around, 2 lovely vents going onto the transom, and elliptical windows at either side, large mirror, access through by that stall into the engine bay, and really decent handholds right the way around the boat. So we're just going to pop into the engine bay just so you can see the beating heart of her. So this is the engine bay on the 48S on High Flyer. Batteries down the centre, really easy access, and all the upper floor panels also come out in the saloon for overhead access. Oil filters dead easily accessed on the starboard side, hydraulic gearbox there, so she's a simple shaft drive boat heading back through stuffing boxes. Automatic fire extinguisher, plenty of insulation throughout and good lighting. Port engine exhaust here, port engine gearbox. These engines have run just about 530 hours at the moment, so good and fresh, and they'll push her up to 25 knots. So looking around the aft cabin, we've got large mirror, forward bulkhead, port side heads and bathroom area, again electric flushing head, hot and cold water on this sink, and a full walk-in shower here with screen just set forward with a recessed tray underneath. Heading out of the main aft accommodation, this is where you'll be spending most of your time, so please do call us for an appointment to view her. She's in lovely nick. This is a 2007 Aquastar 48S called High Flyer.